Hi, this is Pat Johnson, and this is Psych 150. And in this mini lecture, we're going to talk about the difference between animal brains and human brains. Now, let's first take a look at your brain. This is the human brain, and get my face out of here. And in the human brain, we see that you have a cerebrum, which is the big wrinkled part of the brain. And you have lots and lots of cerebrum, and all of these folds in the cerebrum serve the purpose of having more surface area in a small space. You have a brain stem right here, keeping you alive, serving basic functions such as breathing and heartbeat. And then you have a cerebellum, and we'll learn about the cerebellum. One of its main functions is balance and coordination. So remember these three parts, the cerebrum, the brainstem, and the cerebellum. And now let's start looking at animal brains. In this side, you can see that there are different brains here. You have your human brain. We just looked at that. And there's cerebrum. There is cerebellum. And there is brainstem. And then same with the chimp, same with the rhesus monkey. And if we go down to the rat, there is, again, a cerebrum. There is brainstem, and there is cerebellum. And we see the same thing on the crocodile. The crocodile has a brainstem and a cerebellum and a cerebrum, frog and fish. But what do you notice happening here? What we see is there is a lot of cerebrum here, a little less here, less here, and then as we go down to the rat and the crocodile, the frog and the fish, and if this slide had a cat and a dog in here, we would see that they would be somewhere between the rat and the monkey. And that's what changes so much. It's not the cerebellum, it's not the brainstem that changes so much. It is the cerebrum. The quantity of the cerebrum, how much there is, the size of it, that's what one of the things that makes us human is the amount of cerebrum that we have. And what the cerebrum does is it's the thinking part of the brain. It depends on learning. It is where you make higher order thought processes. It is your part of the brain that really does all the what we would call executive functions. And the more the species depends on learning, the longer the childhood of the species, the more cerebrum that we have. Okay, so let's take a look at one more slide. And here's your human brain over here. We have all those beautiful folds. We have that deep valley going down the middle of it. But what brain is this? Over here we have another brain, and yes, it is found on Earth. And yes, it is not a human brain, but what brain is this? And some of my students are able to guess this quite easily because they've seen this before. This is a dolphin brain. So what's cool about the dolphin brain is although it's got the same parts, cerebrum and cerebellum, and then there would be a brain stem down here behind it. What's cool about the dolphin brain is the dolphin can actually sleep with one side of its brain and be awake with the other side of its brain and then switch. And wouldn't that be cool if you as a student could sleep with one side and be alert at the other side of the brain? But the dolphins need that even more than humans do because dolphins are mammals and they need air and they're in the water, so they need to be able to surface and get air. They need to be able to do all the functions to survive, being warrior predators, being able to do echolocation. So dolphins have a brain that can do all of that, and although it looks bigger, it's not bigger in proportion to the dolphin's body size. Your brain is still bigger in proportion. So that's our mini lecture on animal brains and human brains.